Hello there, my name's Gina Gardiner. I've got well over 35 years experience of developing leadership in a whole wide range of contexts, both in terms of education, in businesses and in the corporate world. I've used my experience and my expertise to create a series of leadership books. There's a number of books within this particular series and in other series too. I want to share with you the second in the series of Enlightened Leadership, Enlightened Authentic Leadership. Why is authenticity so important? Well, people see through you. Those people who do things because they've been told it's a good idea or they need to tick the box are going to find that they get a very different response from those people who are truly authentic. Being an enlightened leader requires you to be authentic, to own who you are, to be radically responsible for your thoughts, your words, your actions. And that means being authentic to who you are. The book starts off with an introduction of the principles. It looks at the characteristics of enlightened leaderships and how important it is for authentic enlightened leaders to be committed to their own evolutionary journey. It's one that you're never done. Wherever you start, you move forward and you become the best version of yourself as a leader. And that becomes the foundation for you to become the best leader of tomorrow, next week, next month. The book is a practical one. It then sets out day by day an activity, a thought, a question that will enable you to really start to know who you are as a person and as a leader. It's designed to be something that you can spend a few minutes each day so that by the end of it, recognize who you are, what your strengths are, where your areas of development are, but also moves you on. It helps you accelerate the journey to authenticity. And that requires you to be courageous. It requires you to look at yourself and to do that with honesty, but without judgment. And those of you that have watched the video around enlightened emerging leadership, I've already introduced the importance of being authentically who you are. Own your strengths, your gifts, but also own your areas for development. Not in a critical way, one, I should have done this, I shouldn't have done that, but one where you start to recognize that once I've identified an area for development, then I have the opportunity to do something about it. Awareness is so important. And I start to include the spiritual aspect of leadership. And for many people will assume that that's pink and wiki-woo. But understanding and making a relationship with your inner wisdom, your intuition, is something that, very significantly successful people like Warren Buffett recognize the value of their intuition. Warren Buffett talks about the fact that in his early days, he did not listen to his intuition. And as a result of that, depending on which report that you read, some say $1 billion, others say $2 billion. Either way, he lost out on a huge amount of money because he failed to listen to his intuition. And Richard Branson, the owner of Virgin, talks about using his intuition to determine if he's got enough data, for example, and is it the right sort of data in order for him to make an informed decision. So whilst the book works as part of a group of books, it's also designed to be used independently. So it's up to you. But ultimately, if you want to be a better leader, then you've got to do something about becoming a better leader. And this is a series of books which are designed to help you grow and develop. This is looking at particularly the aspect of authenticity. The issue of AI is one that many people are talking about. Some people say it's incredibly helpful. Other people say it's the end of humanity as we know it. For me, it's a tool, and we've got to learn for the dog to wag the tail rather than the tail wagging the dog. I think the one thing that AI will never be able to replace is that authentic you being you. There are 8 billion people on the planet, and every one of them is incredibly different. And so learning to own your authenticity and to be able to demonstrate that authenticity when you work with others, I think was always important. important, but has never been more important than it is now. You'll find this on Amazon. The links are in the description. I hope that you will go and have a look and that you will enjoy using them, not only for yourself. If you have a team, then you can use them with your team. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye now.